Hello and welcome to May's Crochet. I am Rachel and today we are going to continue the sewing journey. Last episode I finished a bunch of whips that I wanted to get out of the way before I could work on what I want to do today because it requires my sewing machine, which is a process to get out and set up and everything, or maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, this is the thing I wanted to work on, which is why I got all that other stuff kind of backlogged out of my way, because I didn't feel like I could work on the new thing until I got the old stuff done. So I've wanted to make bowl cozies for almost a year now. I'm finally doing the damn thing. I watched tutorials like in January and got everything I've needed. I've had everything I've needed for a very long time, and I'm finally sitting down to do it today. I hope to make a set of 8, hopefully all today, maybe not, I don't know. It's first day of dance, we'll see what happens. And I'm making 4 large and 4 small for the 4 of us in our house. I'm following the tutorial from Sewing the Distance on YouTube, which I will obviously link below, and hers was the first one I watched back in like January when I planned on doing this. So here are all of the materials that I've had lying around for far too long to have been just not using on this project. So Sewing the Distance recommended this. She got hers at a yard sale. I ordered it off of Amazon. It's the Creative Grids Bowl Cozy Template Set, as you can see. I got it on Amazon for $25 earlier this year. It does come with a large and a small template. I do plan on using both, and I will link it below. So here's the material I'm going to be using. 4 yards, just pretty simple, 100% cotton, already washed, dried, pressed, everything. It's one thing I really hate about sewing is prepping all the fabric, but it is done. And then 100% cotton batting. So on her tutorial, she does recommend using 100% cotton everything, so that if you wanted to put the bowl in the cozy and put both of them in the microwave together, you can microwave everything. In some of her comments, some people were still saying you still need to be careful with batting, especially, and you have to warm it up in very tiny increments to avoid fires, but they can still happen. So I don't think I'll be putting these in the microwave, to each their own, but I'm not going to do it. Oh, and of course, thread, and it's polyester, so it's not even cotton. So yes, I will be avoiding putting this in the microwave, but the bowl will go from the microwave directly into the cozy, and hopefully that will not be enough time to burn myself or freeze myself, because it's also good for ice cream. It's not just for like hot soups and stuff. You can also use it so you can hold the bowl and not get frostbite when you want some ice cream. Anyway, so the small bowl is for 11 inches of fabric. The large bowl is for 16 inches of fabric. So I've got to get all this cut down. I'm probably going to do all of these in large, all of these in small. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. They're interchangeable. But first I got to get all my squares cut out, so then I can use templates to cut out of those squares. And the batting. I got a lot of cutting to do. Let me put it that way. And I'm not going to do an overhead because I'm not doing a tutorial. Basically, I'm just going to speed up some footage of me cutting out squares. I know, riveting content. (16, 11 inches, 4 pieces of each. Now we have to do the batting. That's gonna be harder because it's gonna be thicker, so I don't know what to do about that. I don't think I can fold things over and just cut that way. I think I'm gonna have to do them one at a time, but that's next. Finally have everything cut out. I had to take the batting into my dining room to lay out because it was just getting fuzz all over my space, and I didn't like that. I don't care about the dining room. So I did all that off camera because I didn't feel like setting up a camera, and it's just batting. It's not that deep. So now we can actually move on to cutting out the pattern from the squares that took me forever to cut out. I would like to get all these done today, but I at least want to get 1 large and 1 small bowl done. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the patterns for all, I think, and then make 1 large and 1 small, and then we'll just assembly line the last 6. Which will probably be like after everybody goes to bed. We'll see. It's gonna be long. It might even be tomorrow. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. So first we have to fold it in 4th. Working on a large 16-inch square. Folded. All right. So folded edge, folded edge, folded edge, folded edge. And like, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but this isn't actually a tutorial. I've linked the tutorial I'm using in the description box below. I'm just making the stuff and kind of talking about it as I do it. I will have to refer back to the tutorial a few times. It's actually a very short video of hers. I think it's only like 13 minutes or something. I'm gonna have to stand up. Here's my decapitated body once again. Folded edge, okay. Did I do it right? I don't think I did it right. What did I miss? Don't tell me I messed up already. Did I miss the whole? Yeah, I missed a whole edge or something. Oops. There we go. All right. Yes, that is what it's supposed to look like. Okay. There we go. 1 out of a million. Not 1 in a million, but 1 out of a million. Very different. Okay. In her tutorial, so the distance does not use the template on the batting. She says it's too bulky, so she actually bastes it to the already cut fabric and then cuts it out like that. I'm not going to do that because that feels like an extra step that I don't want to do. So I'm going to use this. I've done one. It's a little wonky around the curve, but it's still far less time than basting everything together in 8 pieces because that feels like a lot. So I'm still going to use the template around the batting, but just that curve is thick. Okay, we are back. It is the next morning because by the time I got back to my craft room last night, it was late. And it's already hard enough filming in here at night. I have a million lights because I don't have an overhead light. And when the camera is at this angle, it's even worse because then it's like half of me's really shadowed no matter what I try with the light. It just does not look good. So I'm trying to get this done so I can get my camera back over there where I like it. So what I did off camera last night was I paired everything, 1 piece of fabric to 1 piece of batting, and then ironed everything, and now we are good to go. My machine is ready. It's got the thread. I've got my clips for in a minute. My iron is warming up because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need that again. So let's do the damn thing. Let's get these bowl cozies made. I am very scared that the big ones are gonna be too big. Like, I'm really, really scared, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna keep going. Okay, so the first thing we do, and again, this isn't a tutorial, I'm just letting you know what I'm doing, and I followed the other tutorial that I've linked below from Sew the Distance, but we're just doing the darts, all 4 on every single piece, and I have 16 pieces, so that's what we're doing next. Okay, so I got this one down. I can absolutely 1000% guarantee that these 16 inches are too big, so I gotta pivot. Okay, so this is what I cut the 16-inch out with. I can still just go ahead and make 8 of the smaller bowls, which is really just normal bowl size. I don't know what these are for. I don't know if these are serving bowls or what, but I don't need that. I wanted something where someone could sit on the couch and eat a bowl of hot chili or freezing ice cream. I don't care about the serving bowl thing, so I'm not doing that. I'm gonna have some waste. Unfortunately, I did not know this is how things were gonna go. So now we're getting 8 normal bowl sizes, not small, like this says. It says small, no, normal. And so I'm gonna finish the ones I already have cut out and started, and then I'll just cut these out of this and make 4 more. I'm fine, everything's fine. I'm not crying on the inside. Okay, so I've gotten all the darts on all 8 pieces done. And now with the right sides together of one solid color and one printed color, I've matched them up where the darts are, where everything matches, clipped them, and I will sew them together. Fingers crossed. So I left a hole to pull everything through. Hopefully I left enough room. No, it's kind of small. So now I need to do a top stitch all the way around to close up this seam, but first I need to go get like a chopstick or something to help push all the seams out. Okay, chopsticks, gonna push everything out. I tried it again and now it feels too small. Like, I'm like the Goldilocks of bowl cozies over here. It's getting weird. It doesn't sit right. Like, this is not what I wanted. I need like a 12. I need like 1 more inch of space. I mean, it works, but it's not how I envisioned it. There's... Okay, don't look at this corner. It's really bad. That's a bowl cozy, in which my bowls don't fit great. Again, it fits, but I was hoping for a better fit. Like, I need like a 12-inch template. I think it's time to chop. Okay. Alright, this is one that's not as wide. I mean, that's better. We used these a lot. These are ones that my kids did at art camp a few years ago. We have a whole slew of them. Do I keep going with the 11s? I mean, I have to, because like, I'm not gonna make them smaller, and I can't make them bigger, and that's better. So I'm gonna go ahead and make these 11s because they're already cut. I'm gonna order this. It should be here in 2 days. This other set is called 365 Home. It's 3 sets with 6 templates each, ranging from 4 inches on an 8-inch square up to 10 inches on a 20-inch square. And we're gonna cut these down with the 12-inch and hopefully just have that little extra bit of room that I think it needs for my other bowls. I think these would fit fine in the 11s. This is fine, but those others, and I never know what we're gonna use, I would like to have something slightly larger. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's make these other 3, and then we'll have to wait a few days to make those until the thing comes in. So that's the plan. But you won't know. It's all gonna be in the same video. Break! Anyway, you won't know a difference. It's all gonna be in the same video, except I'll have different clothes on. So these are done. These fit. fairly well. And we have quite a few of these. This is what we normally use anyway. We do have our ones that go with our regular sets of plates and cups and everything for our everyday wear, but we've got tons of these that our kids made over the years at art camp. So I have ordered the template to make a slightly larger cozy for our other bowls. So I will put the 16-inch squares that I already cut up there, and I can just recut the 12s out of those. There's still plenty of space, and I will come back and do those, and I will see you for the other 4 later. It'll probably be next week for me, or even this weekend, but for you it'll be right about now. Hi, hello. It is cat. Excuse me. I just started filming, so I would like to continue that. It has been 2 weeks since the first half of this video was filmed, when I made those smaller bowl cozies. Not significantly smaller, but I did order the templates. It was a set of 6. There's 6 sizes here. They also sent me a nice little thing of pins, though I rarely use these pins. I like the clips because I stab myself too often. I don't like to bleed on my projects, but you know, it happens. And I have not had time to work on the cozies again because I had the Clementine's Closet episode, then I had the whips episode, and so now I'm finally getting around to finishing this episode. And I'm going to take all of this fabric, which I cut from 16-inch squares, which I realized in the process was far too large. This recap is mainly for me, by the way, because I'm trying to remember everything I did before, because I haven't edited any of the footage from before. I haven't watched it. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I did get the new set of templates that week, 2 days after I ordered them from Amazon, like right after I realized that the 11-inch bowl cozies were going to be too small for my flared bowls. And there are 6 of them. They come as small as 8-inch fabric squares all the way up to 20. And I just need the 12 right here, and I will put them on these pre-cut ones that were cut for a 16-inch. Mistakes were made, okay? I messed up. I've learned some lessons. I'll go over the lessons at the end of the video. I'm going to now move to my overhead mount camera in the dining room on my dining table to cut the rest of this out, because this cotton batting, I'm still cleaning it up 2 weeks later in this space, because this table has a lot of stuff on it. There's a lot of stuff behind it. There's just a lot of stuff in this room, whereas the dining room table is significantly easier to clean up, and this cotton batting just flies everywhere. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I don't think I will be getting back to sewing today because it is already pretty late in the afternoon, and there's activities for children that need a ride to these said activities. So it will probably be tomorrow afternoon when I start sewing again. I don't know if I'm gonna put the camera back over here or overhead. I'm afraid if I do it overhead, like the vibrations of the sewing machine are gonna mess with the camera. I don't know. We're gonna find out together. I'll know before you, but you'll figure it out depending on which angle you see me at next, so. Hello, it is the next day, because I was correct. I did not have any time yesterday afternoon after cutting these smaller to sit down and sew, because I still had to get the machine out. I had to set the camera back up at this horrific angle that I hate with a burning passion because the lighting is absolutely atrocious. So let's get through these last 4 bowls. I won't say I'll never do it again, but it's gonna be very, very rare. Okay? Okay. Okay, so I got the darts only done on 8 pieces of fabric. I still have the batting to do, but I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat lunch, and I will get back to this some point today. I don't know. We'll see. Hi, hello. Just popping in real quick to let you know that I messed up. So it's been 2 weeks since I did the first part of this video when I made the smaller bowl cozies, and I couldn't remember exactly what I did, but I remembered I didn't completely follow the tutorial. Remember I told you that in the tutorial she basted the batting to the fabric that had already been cut out, and then cut everything out together, and then did the darts with the 2 pieces together, and I skipped the basting part because I thought that was just more work. Turns out I did do the darts with the fabric and the batting together. I just didn't realize that until I had started editing the video, and then I saw what I did 2 weeks ago, because yesterday I did all the darts and then I started clipping things together, and things weren't lining up, things weren't fitting, it seemed very lumpy, it was weird, and I'm like, where did I go wrong? I don't know what I did wrong, and now I know what I did wrong. So I have to pull all these seams out of all, oh my god, that's a lot of seams. 4 darts per piece of fabric, 4 pieces of fabric per bowl cozy, 4 bowl cozies. I'm not mathing right now, but that seems like a lot. Anyway, I will do that, and then I will sew everything together the right way, or the way I did it the first time. And then the next time you see me, all of that will be fixed. Hopefully it'll be daytime. I'll be far more awake. No promises. Bye. All right, it is finally time to get this finished. I am so over it by now. It took far too long to pull out all 64 darts that I messed up the other day, but I will never forget that. I will never forget that mistake and what I need to do instead of what I did. So I fixed it. Everything is darted properly together and clipped together. So now all I have to do is sew all the way around except for a hole to turn it right side out, and then do the top stitch, and I will be finished. And I can put my machine up and put my camera back over there. So excited. All right, we did it. Now let's find out if one of the more flared bowls fits. It fits. Yay. And there's actually some room. So if I had even bigger bowls, they would hopefully fit as well. So I am really just stunned at the difference between like the 11-inch and the 12-inch. How much of a difference it makes and how much more room there is. These do not look like they would be one size off that significantly, but doesn't matter. Got it done. It all works. I would like to mention that since I made these 2.5 weeks ago, they have been used, tested many times over by everyone in the house. They have been washed and dried several times, and they hold up. So at least I had that going for me this time. So I was feeling a little feral, and I got curious. I genuinely wondered how the smallest and the largest templates I got would work out. So I made them. Here they are. 8-inch square of fabric, 20-inch square of fabric. I don't even have a bowl big enough for this. I've looked, I've tried. I have our Halloween candy bowl is pretty big, but it's still not nearly 20 inches big. This thing is massive and it's very floppy. It clearly loses structure the bigger it gets. So this is the largest bowl I could find in my house. It fits with ease, of space. Yeah. This is completely unnecessary. I just really wanted to know. So now I do, and I don't know what I'll ever use it for. It's for the smallest one. I did actually have a very tiny bowl. Little narwhal. Fits perfectly. Isn't it precious? It's so cute. Yes, one of my kids painted it. That's it. A lot of dumb bowl cozies. I'll be right back with my final thoughts. So what I learned with this project, first I should definitely shop around and not buy the thing that is linked in the video that I watched, because there are other options out there. I definitely learned to read reviews closer, because if I had read it on the first set of templates that I bought, the more expensive templates that I bought, then I would have realized that the 16-inch bowls would have been far too big and that the 11-inch would have been fine in some cases. I learned to refresh my memory when I've spent 2 weeks between the first half of a project and the second half of a project, so I don't have to pull out a bunch of seams. I've learned not to work with batting in a space that's very hard to dust, and also not wear black while working with it, because I've got clothes that are just covered in it. Filming from this angle sucks. I've also learned that I can take the simplest project and make it far more complicated than it needs to be. That is all for this week. So like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things. I'll be back next week with more crochet if you missed it. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!